In this video, we're going to graph a parabola. This is the equation of a parabola. That's easy to identify because only one thing is being squared. Only one thing's being squared. So that is one of our conic sections. That's a parabola. So here are the forms of a parabola we could have, or that I've been through with you. You could have y minus k squared is equal to 4c times x minus h, which is the case we have here. Or you could have x minus h squared is equal to 4c times y minus k. This one is not the one we have because I see that the y is being squared. So I'm not going to worry about this one right now, but just to kind of finish the story, when x is being squared, this is the function. This will either be facing up if c is positive, or it's going to be facing down if c is negative. That's the story to this type of parabola. But that's not what we have right now, so I'm not really going to worry about that. What we have is this one where the y is being squared. So when the y is being squared, it's either going to open to the right, and it opens to the right if c is positive, or it's going to open to the left, and it opens to the left if c is negative. Okay. So c is the distance from the vertex to the focus. So let's look at the formula that we've been given. First we said, okay, this is a parabola, and we recognize that this is a parabola that's going to open to the left or to the right. And in this case, let's look right here. What we see right here is nothing, and we know that that is a 1. That's a 1 right there. So we know that 4c is equal to 1. And c is equal to 1/4 when we solve that. And this is a positive value, so we know that this is going to be a parabola that opens to the right. So that's important things to keep in mind. Let's sketch this guy. This will be our y-axis, and this will be our x-axis. First, let's find the vertex. The vertex is hk, and so h is the opposite of what I find right there, -8. K is the opposite of what I find right there, 2. So the vertex is going to be at -8, 2. So I'm going to draw a longer x-axis. I'm going to go over here to -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to go up 2, and this is my vertex. And I know that this is going to be opening to the right because my focus was positive. My c value is positive. So right here is my sketch of my vertex. Of my parabola. There's my vertex. It's labeled. C is 1/4. So now I need to be able to put my focus on there. My focus is right there, and I don't have enough room to label everything. So let me put the coordinates. The focus is c units from the vertex. The vertex is at -8, 2. So it's going to be to the right of -8. So it's -8 plus 1/4. So that's a -8 over 1 plus 1/4 times 4 times 4. What I'm doing now is getting the lowest common denominator. This is a -32 over 4 plus a 1/4. When you have a common denominator, you can add the fraction, the numerators. That becomes a -31. You keep the denominator. So the focus is going to be at -31 over 4, and it's at the same height of 2. There is something called a directrix, which is a line that's not part of the graph, but it helps form the graph. It's a vertical line in this case. X is equal to, and the number that I'm going to put what x is equal to, it's located c units on the other side of the parabola. So c units from the vertex. So this is going to be -8 minus 1/4. So again, if I get a common denominator of 4, this is going to be a -32. So I add the numerators. -33 over 4 is the equation of my vertical line right there. So it says find the vertex. Okay, check. Find the focus. Check. Give the domain and range. Okay, the domain for this, the domain is always x values. It's the farthest left that it goes is the vertex right here. So the V looks like it's that line. This is the vertex right there. So it goes from x is -8, and -8 is included in the graph, far to the right as it wants to go to infinity. And the range for the sky is as low as it wants to go to as high as it wants to go. negative infinity to infinity.